the argument real quick.
This is like a clown car full of like Indian foreign call center scammers.
Well, Axiom hasn't done anything mean yet.
No, bro, he's a chill guy.
Guilt by
Yeah, let's-
association.
All right, so yeah, check
That
out
is
chat
okay,
real
I
quick.
think this is doing something wrong there. I think that's doing something.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I have a
just like sending
question.
the argument. I know why a bunch of niggas is calling it. Anyway, so yeah, P1, there are two modes of existence, either necessities or contingencies. Do you have any disagreements on this?
What's the argument?
I'm just asking if you have any disagreements upon like
I'm asking
P1.
for the argument. I need to
Yeah,
get clear
alright.
on whether or not
Okay, so I'm
agree or
asking you
disagree with it, so I'm
specifically if
asking
you have
for the
any
argument.
disagreements with this, so I could go on with my argument.
Yeah, I'm asking to make sure whether or not I agree or disagree with it. I'm gonna need an argument to have an answer.
Okay, fine. So I'll just like continue on and just like if you have any like any disagreements, you can go ahead and like
you're dodging.
ask for
You're
clarifications.
dodging.
How the fuck is that dodging? I'm
You're
saying I'm gonna
dodging
give
the
out my
question.
arguments, and if you have any disagreements with
So,
any of
yeah,
them,
I'm
you can
asking for an
specifically
argument of
clarify
the
by stopping
premise
me.
in your argument.
All right.
Do you have an
What,
argument for P1?
bro? What? Are you retarded, nigga?
Is there an
So
argument for
should
P1?
I just like? Yeah. Okay,
Yes, there
so
is an argument.
essentially, right, there are like two origins of the existence of someone. It's either they're basically they can fail to exist in any possible world, that being like their contingency, or that if they are like necessary, and they cannot fail to exist in any possible world. So do you have any disagreements with this one?
Well, that's just repeating.
This will be the argument for premise one.
Is there like
You
a
asked me for the
non-question
argument, and I gave out the argument of premise one. So if you don't have any arguments
you were just
against premise
repeating
one, I'll just like
the
continue again.
proposition was contained in the
So
argument.
premise 2, universe relies on essential properties to exist, that being all knowledge of
So
properties
this
of
guy's
existence,
just
etc.
steamrolling.
Premise 3, if property Y doesn't exist, then universe R cannot exist, nor can have the current existing phenomenons. So essentially, the phenomenons that the universe relies upon, being the essential property, that being all knowledge of power, etc., etc. All these phenomenons, I could deem as more sufficient explained phenomenon would be
Wait,
God's
what's
existence
the
in a
argument for
sense
premise
to
2?
correlate the existence for all of this.
What's the
Because
argument
in
for
premise
premise 2?
4, I'm gonna just continue, and then you can go ahead and give your rebuttal after this. All right. Premise 4, classical theism contains all omni properties, all knowing, all good, all power, all knowing, all good. And premise 5, X constitutes property Y for sufficient explained phenomenon, in which Y is a necessity for R. And conclusion, R is contingent upon X, which makes X necessity and R a contingency. So essentially to say that X would be the only thing, there's a more sufficient and adequate way to affirm that the existence of the universe, because all of these phenomenons, he has the ability to create all of these phenomenons given from his connection from all of these attributes the universe contains to, right? So to say that if this universe exists without divine being is to essentially saying that they have all of these things, properties that grounds all of these attributes that the universe have. So you might go ahead and like give your argument against this, and maybe you can also
What's the
explain
argument
why
for premise
that
2?
this explains against
the argument for
the
premise
universe
2?
against existence.
What's the argument for
What's
premise
the
2?
argument for premise 2? Okay, so there can be conceivable information within the universe, and for them to be
Wait, can you speak more
specifically
clearly?
conceivable,
I
or
literally can't
essentially
understand what you're
that
saying.
means that all of these
You're speaking
informations
with an
are
incredibly
understandable in a sense. It'll be
severe
correlated to
lisp.
knowledge, and then essentially all power, you can correlate that to things that are there are things like light speed or gravity, etc., etc. Those are requirements for power in a sense. There are a lot of things that are certain phenomena within our universe, and all these abstractions, etc.,
Why
etc.
are they requirements
So
for
all
power?
of these things
What's the
that
argument
the
for that?
universe contains too, I think the more sufficient or adequate way to explain the existence of all of this is correspondence to the existence of God. So yeah, you can go ahead and like give a rebuttal to
What's the
this.
argument for why light speed gravity is a requirement for power? What does that
A
even mean?
requirement of power. They have power in a sense,
Okay,
and all of these things
in what
specifically,
sense?
like the correlations towards space and time, and all of these things, properties within the universe, right? All these things are also abstractions, by the way. They have conceivable
Wait, they're
informations between
abstractions
these
and they
phenomenons.
participate in the universe?
They have
What?
they have conceivable
They're
informations that are
abstractions
abstract, nigga.
participate in
That's
the
not what I'm saying. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said they have abstract, right? They have abstract information specifically. They're conceivable information. I'm not saying that specifically they're the same thing, specifically ontological
What do you
status
mean
of
by
this
abstract
phenomenon.
information? Why would I commit to abstract objects?
All right, so for example, we have an existence of an apple within our universe, right? There's also abstract
I'm asking
information
why
with
I should
this
commit
apple.
to the existence of that. What's your argument?
What you mean? Why you should commit to the existence of that? Go ahead, can you
what's the
specify on
argument
that
in
specifically?
favor of it?
No, can you like specify what you mean by that, nigga?
I'm asking for an argument where the conclusion is that abstract objects exist.
Abstract objects exist. Okay, so As I already pointed out again, I don't really think you
Well,
tracked
no,
my
nothing
argument,
you
right?
said before
I
was
said
an
within
argument.
this universe
So I'm
there are
asking for
physical
something new here.
phenomena,
You
right?
can't say
And
again
these physical
because I'm asking
phenomena
for an
are
argument
correlated
which was
towards
never delivered.
information that is conceivable. That means these informations are understandable, and that can be relational to it being abstract in a sense, because they don't have a physical
You're just
form, right?
positing it
This
being
essence
abstract
when
because
itself
you're
is
saying it's
understandable in a
contained
sense.
within a
So all this
relation.
information,
Hello.
which is a
That
requirement for the existence of the universe, which is
begs the
conceivable,
question.
then there's going to be a requirement specifically of it being an essential property, knowing the fact that the universe contains all these conceivable information. So yeah.
Well, yeah, you just begged the question there.
How did I beg the question, Nigga? You
Because you
asked me.
presuppose the existence
all right,
of
all right.
abstract
Yeah,
objects.
yeah, yeah. Listen, you asked me to prove that abstract concepts specifically is existential within the universe. I said conceivable informations are specifically abstract and they are specifically connotated towards
Well, yeah,
phenomena
that
and
just
also
that
physical
presupposes
correspondence
that
to the
things
universe.
are abstract.
No,
Hello?
it's not. What the fuck?
Saying that,
Wait, so you're
okay, so
saying that
can I
space,
walk you through
time, and
this?
the
So saying
existence
that,
of Apple or
okay,
other
so
physical
let's say we're
phenomena
giving
don't
argument
exist?
for
What the
why
fuck?
things are abstract. And you say in your argument that this thing is abstract. You realize that's begging the
Oh
question,
my
right? Because
god,
you're
is this
asking for an
holy shit? Is this
argument
nigga
for why
retarded,
anything
bro?
at all is
I
abstract.
said physical phenomenons or phenomenons in general within the universe have conceivable information that is abstract.
I agree. I'm
So
saying
get
that
the argument.
presupposes
Okay,
that conceivable
then you would say
information
that
is
the
abstract. That's
abstraction
just
in
what
itself
I'm
would exist,
asking for.
considering that all of these
That's the
things are
argument I'm
understandable to the
asking
human
for.
mind.
Hello?
And also, there's gonna be nature specifically in the universe to understand all this information. So they say if abstract doesn't exist, right? These informations aren't conceivable, and they're not gonna be understandable in a sense from the human mind. So
Well,
there's literally gonna be a nature towards the universe in itself. So you literally did not even give an argument against this. You just said I repeated myself, even though I literally gave out some clarification as to what I meant by this. So, anyways, other than that, do you have any disagreements with other premises and conclusion?
so number one, you didn't give an argument for P1.
Yeah, we
And
can
in
conclude,
your
bro.
attempt to give an argument for P2, you begged the question twice.
How? Oh shit! Oh my god! I
Right.
beg the
So you
question.
need to stand
That
the record
was
here if you
very
want.
tough. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. Okay,
You
now
can
we can
just stand the
conclude. We
record
can
here.
conclude. I don't really think we need to continue this shit. We can conclude, Nikki.
Yeah, and the rec.
Stop micing.
That was so ass, bro. What the fuck? Yeah.
We
I'll
know
say,
you
bro.
are.